InfoWarsLife.com and your Purchase Sports broadcast.
Alex Jones and the GCN Radio Network.
Another major health threat, this one in Toledo, Ohio, where everybody in the entire city has been told not to drink the water.
Ohio's governor declaring a state of emergency.
Did you know that the average person uses about 80 to 100 gallons of water at home every single day? If there's a water emergency, will you be prepared?
Panicked residents forming long lines throughout the day.
We're here at a supermarket in Toledo. You can see the shelves empty where water once was.
To stay safe and healthy during a crisis, you must have access to safe, clean water. Water which will not be available at your local grocery store.
There's a mad dash on right now to stock up on supplies.
The ProPure Pro 1 G2.0 water filtration system is a must-have for every modern, independently minded household. Protect your family's safety during an emergency. Go to InfoWarsStore.com today to purchase your ProPure Pro 1 G2.0 water filtration system or call 1-888-253-3139.
Aging starts at the cellular level. When cells become toxic, they die early and aging sets in. In the past decade, we have witnessed unparalleled scientific discoveries. During that period, key patented compounds have focused on mitochondrial growth, nerve growth, and rejuvenation. But no one has put together a formula that focuses directly on brain health, nerve growth factors, and optimizing your cellular energy at the same time. We now have the synergistic solution, DNA Force, just one of the key compounds. BioPQQ is backed by major clinical studies and over 175 PubMed-listed published studies. You want the best that's out there at the lowest price anywhere? The ultimate value, cutting-edge, trailblazing game changer that also supports the InfoWar. Secure your DNA Force today at InfoWarsLife.com or call toll-free 888-253-3139. DNA Force from InfoWars Life. Introducing Secret 12, the new InfoWars Life vitamin B12 formulation. Secret 12 is a binary of nutramedical-grade, bioavailable coenzyme forms of B12, methylcobalamin, the same kind used in B12 injections, and adenosylcobalamin. Secret 12 is simply taken by mouth, right on the tongue, and then swallowed. No needles, no injections. Secure your revolutionary Secret 12 formula right now at InfoWarsLife.com or call 888-253-3139. Used since before the days of the Roman Empire to support the body's natural systems. Introducing the new InfoWarsLife.com oil of oregano formulation. We have now procured the most high quality and potent forms of oregano oil on the market. Extracted directly from the wild herb and sealed in easy-to-use capsules. You will no longer need to endure the burning of liquid oregano on the tongue. Now available in our limited first run at InfoWarsLife.com. That's InfoWarsLife.com or call 888-253-3139.
Waging war on corruption.
That's right.
It's Alex Jones coming to you live from the front lines of the InfoWar.
Well, this Iran nuke deal has holes in it you could drive a 747 through. And we've got Dr. Jerome Corsi, a real expert on these subjects, joining us here in about 2 minutes via video Skype. Then we're going to open the phones up in the third hour and get into a bunch of medical and health news. But finishing up with a new product we're launching, Child Ease, supports calm, focused attention in children. I've been using it for 3 months on my children. Amazing. It's got everything from magnesium to arnis seed to calcium carbonate. I mean, you name it. It's got pepper, fruit, licorice root, hawthorn berry, chamomile, lemon balm. The list goes on and on. Stuff known naturally, long pepper fruit, jujube seed, the chamomile flower that I mentioned, hawthorn berry, catnip, things that are known to naturally, in all the big studies, calm people and things that are natural and good for you. And this works on adults as well. This is a limited run from the biggest manufacturer in the country of organic. We're going to be announcing this partnership soon, having them on air with us. But Anthony, you were describing it, how you can buy one version of a bottle of wine that's $100, but there's a fancier version that's $500 that's better. And, well, this is the fancy version.
It's the reserve.
It's the reserve at the same price.
Exactly. So we're partnered with this manufacturer, which in my opinion is one of the best manufacturers in the world. I mean, they're highly certified, FDA certified, the highest quality you can possibly get.
Their stuff's the end cap at Whole Foods.
Exactly. And they gave us a reserve line of this product that they've been working on over the past 20 years. And
because they're listeners.
They're huge fans. And they were saying, actually, we were just talking to them, they were saying, you need to be selling this for more. Oh my God, I can't believe you're giving it to your fans for such a good price.
And I don't want to make them mad. So it's $19.95 for like an hour or two. We got to go up today.
Yeah.
And it will sell out as introductory. It's 4 ounces.
It is below the suggested price right now on InfoWarsLife.com for, I guess, if we can do it for a few hours without selling out, we will. But if it starts to sell out, we're going to have to change that because it's you know, it's a ridiculous price at this point.
Just try it out for yourselves. Bottom line, you're supporting the broadcast and free speech and basic human liberty, voting with your dollars. Childies, we did get more of the vitamin D3 Winter Sun in that's so popular. Some of the other products basically have sold out. But InfoWarsLife.com, InfoWarsStore.com, or call toll-free 888-253-3139. High-quality colloidal silver bullet. It's, again, from one of the other leading manufacturers, normally $29.95. We sell it for $19.95. I mean, that's just the type of stuff we do. We take the very best, sell it for a lower price, or we even up the quality, which is hard to do, and then sell it for a lower price until we get in trouble. So we actually have to sell it for the regular price. I didn't know this was coming in this week. It just came in yesterday. So I said, let's just launch it early. That's why we're kind of wargaming here on air right now. Then I saw the price, and I went, isn't that lower than it's supposed to be? So it's going to go up. In fact, just give them 1 hour, and we'll go up like $5 as we have to in the agreement. But Childies, InfoWarsLife.com or 888-253-3139. And Anthony, let's do something on the nightly news, breaking down all these articles and the studies and the comparisons.
I think that's very important.
Thank you, Anthony Gucciardi. Anthony's doing a great job working on reaching out to all these great partners out there. And the great thing about InfoWars being so supportive of supplements and alternative health care and alternative things like that is so many of the leading names in the industry love us. And we're just finding out what great friends we have out there with the leading names. Not just one of the leaders, but the 2 top leaders love us. And it's opened up so many opportunities. It's a blessing from God. And it's going to also get you the highest quality products that we're able to soup up even more and bring you at a low price. So thank you, Anthony. Very exciting things. An answer to prayers and an answer to funding. It's a win-win-win, 360 win. I want to coin that term, a 360 win. Not win-win, 360 win. That's what I'm into. Anthony Gucciardi, thank you so much. All right, shifting gears to Dr. Jerome Corsi. He has been a very, very busy man, not just with his best-selling books and WorldNetDaily.com, but his own website as well, Patriot News. He, of course, has doctorates from Harvard. He's an economist and a political scientist and has consulted to the highest levels of our government and other governments, a lot of it classified. He has a PhD from Harvard University in political science, 1972. Number 2, he's written 2 #1 New York Times bestsellers, or maybe it's 3. And he joins us, JeromeCorsi.com, to give us his expert analysis on what's really going on with Iran. I've tried to read the agreement now that part of it's out, and it just sounds like Obamacare. It sounds like it's a blank check for Iran and the Obama administration to do whatever they want to do. Everybody knows I don't just blindly side with Israel. I look at the facts, and this does not look like a very good deal. What's going on, Dr. Corsi? Is this a real political realignment with the Shiites in a civil war against the Sunnis, or is it a triple cross? Dr. Corsi, can you make sense of this with all your high-level sources?
Well, first of all, we don't even know what the agreement really is. I mean, Iran agreed to agree. Iran said that they're going to, by the end of June, have the framework agreement will be implemented. Now, framework agreement in terms of diplomacy means an agreement that structures what the deal is ultimately going to look like.
So a deal on a framework. So it's like saying someday we're going to draw up a plan for a boat, but we haven't drawn the plan up yet.
And this is what the boat's going to look like when we draw up the plan. Unless, of course, we decide to change the plan between now and the final agreement. That's the problem, is that all the things Iran said they were going to do, limiting centrifuges, reducing their program, having it open to inspections, are not going to happen today. They're going to happen at the end of June when the agreement is reached.
So, I mean, bottom line, is this a screw job? And then break it down.
Yeah, absolutely, because at the same time, we agreed to start stepwise removing sanctions. And this is what the big disagreement is, that we're saying we're going to start removing the sanctions right now. So Iran still can be enriching uranium. It can still be running a secret program, can ultimately not agree to any of these terms at the end of June, and we will be lifting sanctions in the meantime. So it's a complete win for Iran, and it's a complete really fooling the American people with the idea that there is an agreement, because in reality, the two sides failed to come to an agreement and had to extend the length of time they're talking. This framework agreement is, there's been a framework agreement on two-state solution in Israel since the Carter administration.
So is this Obama just trying to get some type of legacy?
Yes, it's an attempt to, it's a public relations effort. It's John Kerry and Obama saying, look at this great lifetime, once-in-a-lifetime opportunity we have with Iran to end their nuclear program. But in reality, Iran has not agreed to limit their nuclear program. They've agreed to keep talking about it and said, when we do agree to limit our nuclear program, here's what we think we would do. So in effect, there is no agreement. And in effect, the talks failed because Iran in the last hour refused to agree to many of the critical terms, and the Obama administration kept making concession after concession and still could not get Iran to agree to even all the concessions that the Obama administration was willing to make. So we have no deal. There really is no deal here on the table at all. There's a deal to have a deal. There's an agreement to have an agreement. That's all we've done.
Looking at the larger picture there in the Middle East, North Africa, with ISIS running around and then the invasions going on in Yemen and other areas, seems like all hell's breaking loose. Geopolitically, from your research, what is the real U.S. policy versus the rhetoric, and what's going on in the Middle East right now?
Well, first of all, I think the abandonment of Israel is really the key story. And when I was in Israel in 2009, I warned the key people in the government that the United States and Obama would abandon Israel, that we would relinquish the historical commitment we had to the Jewish state. And now I think Obama is in open conflict with Netanyahu. I mean, even punishing, I believe, Senator Menendez, who welcomed Netanyahu when he spoke to the joint session of Congress.
So you think that that split's real?
Oh, absolutely. I think that Obama has no interest in maintaining a Jewish state. Obama wants a two-state solution. He wants the gradual erosion of Israel. There's nothing being maintained in terms of, even from the very beginning, the settlements that Israel had that were agreed upon by the Bush administration have been objected to by Obama and continue to be objected to by Obama. And Netanyahu virtually said when he came to the United States in the joint session of Congress that this was a low point in U.S. relations with Israel since 1948.
Let's pull back on that, too, and I want to expand on that. But let's just say for the whole cause celeb thing and the left in Hollywood and the rest of it, only one thing they love more than trying to take our guns is bashing Israel. Now, I have real criticisms of Israel, and Israel has different governments that come and go. But separate from that, if Israel disappeared, the Arabs are still just going to be killing each other. The Palestinians, like they did before, will start fighting over who gets that land. I mean, I just don't see what happens if Israel disappears. It's kind of like Nixon said, you won't have me to kick around anymore. What would the world do without Israel to blame for everything?
Well, we would reverse into what we're having now is chaos. I mean, first of all, the Obama administration, starting in Libya, backed the al-Qaeda affiliated militia to depose Gaddafi. We armed, this is what Christopher Stevens was doing when he was in Gaddafi. He was arming the al-Qaeda supported militia, and many of those weapons end up in Syria fighting Assad with the group that ultimately becomes ISIS. So Obama has fostered the Muslim Brotherhood. He supported the Muslim Brotherhood in Egypt under Morsi. There's dozens of Muslim Brotherhood now into the Obama administration at high policy levels. The Obama administration has tilted decidedly in terms of the Sunni Muslim Brotherhood. But then we turn around and we are working with fighting Iran. Iran is helping us to fight ISIS in Iraq. We now have the Iranian Revolutionary Guard, an open force in Iraq, and take Crete, trying to take Tikrit back. The United States is doing some bombing, but the